kicking off tonight. The latest odds are out for MVP. Let's get into it. According to sportsbook.com, LeBron is the favorite, followed by Anthony Davis. Reigning MVP Steph Curry is third, and Kevin Durant and James Harden are tied for fourth. Stephen A., who's winning MVP this year?
I was tempted to say James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you why I have not. I think that Ty Lawson changes the dynamic. I think he contributes to the success of Houston, but not only takes a couple of shots away from James Harden, but also James Harden, he gets to dance on you and boogie on you and do what he does before scoring in any myriad of ways that he's capable of doing so. Whereas with Ty Lawson, there are going to be times when he's required to catch and shoot. Catch and shoot. Not religiously, because he's the star of the team. He can do what he wants. But there are going to be times when he's going to do that. I think that's going to be an adjustment for him. I think it's also going to be an adjustment for him to get Ty Lawson in the mix of things. And, of course, you're going to feed Dwight Howard because you need him active for you and interested. That's why I'm not picking James Harden. I'm not picking Anthony Davis, who I believe will be the best player in the world in the next 3 years, because I think that Anthony Davis's team is not good enough yet. I think Alvin Gentry and they'll do a good job in New Orleans. I think Anthony Davis will elevate and emerge, but I don't think they'll be good enough for him to get league MVP.
So?
I'm going with Russell Westbrook to win league MVP.
Kevin Durant will not love this.
I believe that Kevin Durant, with the foot, although I think he's going to be back, you can't tell me that you come off an injury like that with the surgeries and you're just 100% over the stretch of 82 games. I think Kevin Durant will actually be better in the seasons to come than he will be this year. I still think he'll be efficient. I still think he'll drop 25 in his sleep and all of that stuff. But I think in terms of activity, in terms of playing time on the floor and activity while you're on the floor, on both ends of the floor, because I think you're going to see how ferocious Russell Westbrook can be defensively. I think that Russell Westbrook is going to remind the basketball world of what an unstoppable force he is. I think that the Oklahoma City Thunder will win a minimum of 60 games. I'm predicting they'll go 62-20. I believe they will capture a top 2 seed in the Western Conference, and Russell Westbrook will win league MVP honors.
If Kevin Durant remains healthy all the way through this basketball season, there is no way Russell Westbrook is going to be the MVP. It will be, so to speak, over Kevin's dead body, if you will, because he's just not going to take that much of a back seat to allow his co-star to be the MVP.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Kevin, I think
would have to take some.
No, I don't. He's taken enough of. Listen, Russell Westbrook already shoots more than he does, but I think you'll see Russell Westbrook being a bit more efficient. Than he's been in years past, and because of that,
real efficient.
Well, listen, if you go from
shoot 80%,
wait a minute. If you go from shooting 42% from the field to shooting 44% or 45%, that's not. I mean, that's good enough. And I think that he'll do it. I think they're going to lead Oklahoma City to 60+ wins, and I think we'll have to look at Russell Westbrook and concede that he deserves league MVP.
I also strongly consider James Harden, and I completely concur with your breakdown of Ty Lawson is going to make that a little more difficult. In a good way.
In a good way.
For the team, better for the team. I cannot believe that LeBron is the betting favorite here, because all of his numbers across the board fell last year.
Especially minutes.
His minutes are really going to fall this year, because I assume, according to him, he's going to rest a lot more this year. You just skipped right over Anthony Davis, blah, blah, the team's not good enough. I think this is the year the NBA media crowns Anthony Davis. They are in love with his metrics, with his player efficiency.
They should be. They should be.
I get it, and I am too. If he starts draining threes, and that's what he rehearsed the most through the offseason, are you kidding me? If he can lead the league in blocks and start making three-point shots, I just don't know how you can keep him out of the MVP race if his team is still the 8th best team in the West. I don't know if they can't. They're going to start off with a beat-up backcourt. Tyreek's out for a while.
That's
Drew
right.
Holiday's
Eric Gordon's not that great anymore.
Yeah. Okay, well, but if he could carry that team into keep them in playoff contention, I think he's going to win it this year. I just have a gut feeling.
Let me say this to you. I can see New Orleans winning 45 games and going to the playoffs.
Okay.
But if the numbers are similar offensively, how are you going to give it to him over Russell Westbrook if Russell Westbrook averages 27 and Oklahoma City wins 60-plus games? Because I definitely think that Oklahoma City's a better team. They're going to have a higher seed. A matter of fact, I think that's what gave Steph Curry the league MVP, because Golden State was the runaway #1 seed all season long.
What if Anthony Davis leads the league in scoring over Russell Westbrook? It's possible.
It is possible, but what I would say in response to that, Skip, is that's not going to matter if there's a 17-game win difference. Not a 17-game win difference. Now, if he's averaging 27 a game and Russell Westbrook's averaging 19, you understand, then you got me. But if Russell Westbrook is right in that vicinity, okay, and at the same time they got 20-plus, they got about 17 to 20 more wins, and they were a significantly higher seed, which I believe they will be, because I believe their team is that much better than New Orleans. Okay, if New Orleans was in the East, you might have a point, because New Orleans would be one of the top 2 seeds. But they're in the West. They might not even be a top 6 seed. That's your problem.
Well, you got thunder in your brain today. You got.
I just think Russell Westbrook's a superstar. I just think he is. Well, and we all know what Kevin Durant is.
According to Vegas, 15-1 odds, tied with Blake Griffin, and LeBron is the favorite to win it, followed by Anthony Davis. Let's stay with LeBron, though. He's getting up there in age. That's what people are saying. What will he do this season, though? That's the conversation on the other side of the break. Stay here. First Take.
First Take is brought to you by the Quesarito and Volcano Quesarito Big Boxes. Grab them at Taco Bell. And the Gillette Shave Club. Join the club now at GilletteShaveClub.com.
I'm still blurry a little bit, but every day, like I said, it's improving, so it's a slow process. Yeah, I see side to side, but usually when I look certain places, I see double still. Whenever I play, I just play with one eye, so I close the other eye until my eyes or my vision is back clear. I just close one eye and just go out there and play, but it worked out for me.
D-Rose is still going to play, but he does have blurred vision still. And let me tell you, that is the real deal. I deal with blurred vision every day. Stephen A. Smith on this show. It's the truth. Trying to read this prompter. How much should we expect, and how much should the Bulls depend on D-Rose?
If he is healthy, you can expect a few things. But back in the past...
That's the biggest if in all of basketball.
There we go. Right? I've only played around. In all seriousness, not much. We should expect him to be good. But the days of greatness is not something I think we can expect from Derrick Rose any longer, because one injury after another seems to come into question. And when that's not a question mark, then we have questions about his desire to actually play. Because obviously he wants to be healthy 10 years down the road. This kid gets older. So you look at it from that perspective. Look, man, I don't know what to say. I think that last time I saw Derrick Rose, he was being outplayed by Matthew Dellavedova.
He was.
And he was healthy enough to play that day. So I just don't know. I know what he can do if he's on his game. I would say 17-9, good, but not great. I hope I'm wrong, because I actually genuinely like him and I root for him. But to expect more than 17-9 and a 48-win season, I don't think so.
I feel like this team has lost faith in its former superstar, and now it's going to lose some defensive edge without Thibodeau as coach. I like Fred Hoiberg. It'll be fun to watch, but they're going to lose their identity and I think their stature in the East, because we like a lot of other teams more than the Bulls.
I think they've already lost their identity, because all they've been talking about is their offense and how it's a newfound thing. I think it's disrespectful to Thibodeau and the job that he's done. They're going to pay for that, because they're not going to be as good, in my opinion.
Guess what? We'll see him tonight. NBA starts today, people. Timberland, appreciate you being with us. Spike Lee is here tomorrow.